In this video, we're going to go over an application problem that we will encounter when we have quadratic functions. So our problem says if a baseball is projected upward from ground level with an initial velocity of 192 feet per second, then its height is a function of time given by h equals negative 16t squared plus 192t. I just took this and I brought it up here. That way our equation isn't broken up. And so we need to figure out what is the baseball's maximum height, when does it reach its maximum height, and after it's projected, how long will it take for the baseball to reach the ground? So let's just kind of sketch what we have here. When I see this equation here, I know it is a quadratic. So I know when I graph, it's going to make a parabola, which is a U shape. And I know that because of the squared variable here. So is this parabola going to open up or open down? Excuse me, guys. Okay. Hopefully, while I'm trying to clear my throat, you said that it opens down because my A is less than 0 or it's negative. I got a negative 16t right out here out front. So I know that this is going to open down. And so if I just kind of make a rough sketch, we are projecting a baseball upward from ground level. So right here from ground level, this baseball is going up and then it's going to come back down. That's my trajectory of my baseball. Now, if I label what we have here, you've got T is in your X slot. So along my X axis here, we have time. And my time is in units of seconds. And then over here, we have our height. Which is in units of feet. Okay, I'm trying to write sideways. That's not working for me. Of feet. Okay. So if I want to find out what is the baseball's maximum height and when does it reach it, what are we talking about with this problem here? These two are basically referring to the vertex. Because as this baseball is going up and then coming back down, it's wanting to know this max height and max time right here. That's just the vertex. So let's find the vertex. Because this is in standard form, I'm not given the vertex, right? You know if it's in vertex form because you got parentheses. So we're going to be using this here. But instead of X here, we have time. And instead of Y here, we have H. But it's still the exact same thing. So T equals negative B over 2A. Here, my A is negative 16 and my B is 192. So negative B is a negative 192 over 2 times A, which is negative 16. So I get negative 192 over negative 32. And hopefully that divides in evenly. We get 6. So then to find my Y coordinate, or in this case, my H coordinate, I need to just plug in my X, or in this case, plug in T. So H is going to equal negative 16, my T is 6 squared, plus 192 times 6. Make sure you can do this in the calculator as well. You get 576. So this ordered pair is 6, 576. And that's my max. Okay. So now from here, I can answer part A and part B. A wants to know, what is the baseball's maximum height? Well, my height right here is 576. And we are in units of feet. Word problems. Need word answers. Specifically, they need some units here. And then B, when does it reach its maximum height? Well, that's my time, and my time is in units of seconds. So after 6 seconds. So now part C wants to know, how long will it take for the baseball to reach the ground? Okay, that's right here. And at right here, I don't know what the time is, but I do know that my height is 0. So we don't know time, but I do know that my height is 0. So to be able to solve C, because it's when will it reach the ground, and we already said H is 0, take your equation here and plug in 0 for H. And now solve. This is another way of asking to find the x-intercept. So we've already plugged in a 0 for our y or our h, and we are solving for x or for t. I can't use square root property because I have my b term, but I can use factoring or quadratic formula. We always try factoring first. So in factoring, this is in standard form, but I do have a GCF, and that's step 2. So let's factor out my GCF. I have a GCF of 16t. They both have a t, and you can divide both of these by 16. And I'm going to go ahead and take out a negative because I like my t squared to be positive. So negative 16t. So negative 16t squared divided by negative 16t leaves me with just t. And then 192 divided by 16 is 12. If you FOIL this back, we get back to the original. Right here is negative times negative to give me positive. So this first one, we got negative 16t equals 0. Divide by negative 16. And so t equals 0, which should make sense. That's right here when the time started. And then here we get t minus 12 equals 0. Add your 12 over. And so we get 12 seconds for part C. Now, you could say, well, if it took 6 seconds to get to the top, then it's got to go another 6 seconds to get to the bottom. For this problem, it is true because it started right here at 0, 0. But if they have, let's say, an initial height of, I don't know, of 20, right? This is being thrown off a 20-foot building. Then you can't just take that vertex and double it. So you do need to make sure that you understand the process and how to get to your answer.